Hi guys, welcome to Nano Electron. This is the documentation page of Cloud Firestore, and these two lines in here are the SDKs for the Firebase app as well as the Cloud Firestore. These two lines are very much essential for us to connect from our JavaScript code to the Firebase's Cloud Firestore. Now let us start with the static HTML page. Let me just create a folder, web app, YouTube, and let me open it in VS Code. So VS Code is a code editor which I'll be using, and you can get that from code.visualstudio.com. Let us now create a file, index.html. Since this is not a design or development tutorial, I'll just paste a code snippet which is going to look exactly like this. So the simplest idea behind this static page is that, let's say you have managed to connect your Raspberry Pi with any of the appliances like fan or AC or microwave oven, and you just want to transfer a binary information to your Raspberry Pi so that you can turn it on and off, which you can actually achieve with the help of this static page, provided the device in which the static page you are viewing as well as the Raspberry Pi are connected to the internet. And let me now explain the code snippet. These two lines, as I said, are the SDKs which is necessary for us to connect to our Firebase app as well as to read and update our Cloud Firestore database. This one is the CDN for Bootstrap. You can get that from getbootstrap.com. And then we have a row with 3 columns, and in the second column we have 2 buttons on and off. Let us now move to the JavaScript part. Create any file with a .js extension. Let us now populate this with a configuration from the project settings of our Firebase project. And this is exactly what is needed to connect to our Firebase application. Now let us create a connection to our Firebase Cloud Firestore database. Variable called as collection reference will be our base reference to our Firebase Cloud Firestore. So now we are going to use this base reference variable to connect it with the collection called as a network connection. And to this document which is having an auto-generated document ID. This variable called as status is going to hold the reference to our document with the auto-generated document ID in this particular Firebase project. Now let us write a method to update the properties in this document so that we can execute this method on our button click. To avoid confusion, let me change the name of status to action. So action.set status : status. The status before colon is just a property name, and status after the colon is the function parameter which we'll be getting from the button clicks. Let us now update the button clicks. Let us also not forget to include this JS file inside our HTML. So I think we are almost done with our coding part. Let us now simply click these buttons and check whether our property is getting updated in Firebase Cloud Firestore. Okay, so this status field is not getting updated as expected. So let us now check whether we got any console errors. It seems like we doesn't have the necessary permission to update our Cloudflare store. And the reason is that while creating the database, we started it in the production mode. And it is expecting only the authenticated users to read and write the database. Since this is just a demo, I'm going to edit the rules in such a way that anyone with a configuration can update the Firebase's Cloudflare Store database. But this is strictly not recommended in production mode. And I would like to encourage you to take a look on the authentication part and how to authenticate users for updating and reading the databases in Cloudflare Store. Let us now check whether our database is getting updated successfully. So this is actually working fine now. And our next step would be writing a listener in our Raspberry Pi, and by that we would have successfully established a connection between our Raspberry Pi and this static HTML page. Not only a value inside a property, but also an entire JSON can be set into our document. So let me just simply change the property name and check whether it is getting reflected. Okay, so as of now everything is fine. Let us start with the listener in our Raspberry Pi.